amiibo fight, the streamer with the spark, bringing joy and laughter to our hearts. With a controller in hand, ready to play, entertaining us all every single day. Oh, amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. Oh, amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. From the first hello to the final goodbye, you create a community that's hard to deny. With your quick reflexes and witty remarks, you built a following that spans the dark. Oh, amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. Through the ups and downs, you never sway. With each victory and loss, you still slay. You've created a family, a virtual crew, supporting each other, always staying true. Oh, amiibo fight, you're the star of the screen, streaming games and living out your dream. From Mario Kart to Smash Bros. Fights, you light up our lives with your gaming nights. In this digital realm, we all unite, as amiibo fight takes us on a gaming flight. With every stream, the fun is never done. Thank you, amiibo fight, for making it all so fun. Yeah.
All right. Well, actually, I got to do something here, but welcome in, everybody. This is Michael Purgatorio coming to you guys live on your Wednesday for a little bit of some Amiibo talk here. It's been a little bit since we've done this here, so I want to just thank everybody for showing up and showing out, including Mr. GGEZZ Egg. What is up, fam?
Hi.
All right, I think I got this just the way I wanted it here. Let me make sure. Um, Paxi Egg, is there a way to kind of hide my different communities and stuff in Discord here while we're in voice chat?
Hold on. Click
Yep.
that,
Nope, I
and
found it.
bottom right, there's a
I
full
found it.
screen button.
I found it. I got it. Thank you for helping this old boomer. I appreciate it.
I get you. I get you.
Well, guys, we got a lot of stuff to cover here today because, again, we've taken a little bit of time off here, but also, yeah, it's actually not doing the thing I wanted to do. Why is it not doing that? But yeah, we do have a lot of stuff to go through, such as restocks, the future for Amiibo, and yeah, we also do have an interview here today with the one, the only Mr. FammyDamammy. I'm like really freaking excited for that. I don't know about you guys. But Zieg, why don't you go ahead and hit us with those restocks while I try and figure out what's going on here.
Okay, so restock news is pretty much the same that it has been for the last few weeks. But with the new direct, there was a new game, Echoes of Wisdom: Legend of Zelda. I will be picking it up, and it has Amiibo compatibility. So my guess is that they're going to make Amiibo for that game, whether that be a Zelda, a Ganondorf, a Link, a Bokoblin, whatever. They're probably going to make them for that, so look out for those. Um, I've also been seeing a lot of clearance Amiibo from the Tears of the Kingdom lately. I know this isn't, exactly. This is very region specific, but at some of my stores, they've been going for like 10, $7. So be looking out for that. Also, Best Buy has restocked Sonic, and then they also have, as well as GameStop, Ness, Peach, Daisy, and Game and Watch slated to release the 16th or 17th. I forgot which one of July. I think that is all.
Excellent, excellent. And anything going on with Play Asia right now? Because those guys usually have some cool stuff every now and again.
Yeah, there is a big sale going on at Play Asia for Amiibo, about $17 this, which is, I don't know, it's like $5 off from what they usually have. I don't look at the site much, but I looked at it a few times. So I would go check that out. Play Asia is the website. So yeah, they have sale.
I see. I see. Yeah, I think I finally figured this out here. So, that was actually very insightful. Thank you. But yeah, I mean, as far as the new Zelda game goes, I'm definitely thinking we're gonna get one of those cool little. I don't want to call it Toon Zelda because that's not exactly accurate. It's basically I do I have that example here? No, I really don't. But basically that amiibo we got for Link's Awakening, we'll probably get the same kind of deal with a Zelda. And yeah, I'm actually really looking forward to that because I don't feel like sometimes we get enough Zelda amiibo, and well, we definitely don't get enough Ganondorf amiibo, but that's a different story. But long story short, I think the Zelda amiibo that does come out with it, if they come out with one, is gonna just slap, and I can't wait to snag it. But I'm really interested to see what it's gonna do in game. I mean, is it gonna just give you more hearts? Maybe it's gonna be like a warp system, how the last Zelda amiibo was. We really don't know yet.
Yeah, I think the game does revolve, around Zelda and using her magic. So I think giving her a cool little magical ability or a special summon would be pretty cool. Because I know in Breath of the Wild they give you weapons, armor, and stuff like that. That's what I was thinking of.
Yeah, definitely, definitely some exclusive gear. That's always fun. But let's go ahead and just kind of dive into what's going on in the community right now. So actually, there is a lot going on in the community. Um, I think a lot of people have already heard that Eon, the one of the moderators over at USEC, he's actually doing one of the biggest tournaments I think I personally have ever seen. It's just, hey, send everybody. Send your S tiers. I think he's also doing the U tiers as well. Don't quote me on that, but big cash prize. And what's cool about this is that, every person's tier, so to speak. So let's say you're throwing in your Mario amiibo. He didn't exactly win the tournament, but he was the best. Trying to remember where they got him for USEC. I think C tier. So he was the best C tier in the whole freaking tournament. So you get some cash. I really like that idea, and I think that's actually one way to go ahead and bring more and more entertaining things to Amiibo, but also just makes it a little more inspiring to bring in your low tiers and even your mid tiers to a degree. So definitely something I would be checking out if he does it again. But there are, of course, just more and more tournaments popping up in USAC, guys, such as just from, I think Nina Obsessed actually did one. In fact, the Amiibo Doc, the Amiibo Doctor, actually threw on a tournament the other day, and I was like, "Oh, this is dope. Thank you, Doc." But other than that, guys, we do actually have something new here. It's I believe I don't want to butcher the name here because I can see Family's already waiting for his interview. So Family, we will bring you in just a moment, sir. But there is actually something new on the horizon here, guys, called Heat Wave Havoc. I love the name, by the way. This is actually a new server that I guess you can co-host with other tournament hosts. We'll be getting more into that later because I know FammyDamammy is really the one behind that. But other than that, guys, we still got Splice making some cool content. Make sure to check out Splice streams always, always. Also, Staples, of course, is always making some cool amiibo content for you guys. But there is someone else that I think is a little more unknown to the community. Um, I'm actually gonna go ahead and look him. It's kind of a funnier name. AQW Ghostface. Yeah. So I guess he also has been running a few open arenas, doing some training. So I would also check out his YouTube channel, guys, for updates, tournaments, everything amiibo. He does seem like one of us, really. Um, Other than that, though, as far as other cool things going on in the community, make sure to check out Amiibo Fight. And Amiibo Fight will actually be doing in July a all Fire Emblem character tournament. We're still really looking for a day for that, but it looks like it will be on Monday. And I think we're going to put that for 7 p.m. Central Time this time. It is an arena tournament, so make sure you guys post stats and server, all that good stuff here. Um, Other than that, I mean, I think that is more or less everything that is going on right now. Um, but like I said, guys, make sure to check out the USAC server. Definitely a lot of activity going on there, and I know they do actually have ranked tournaments. And in fact, I think Family would be a better candidate to go ahead and talk more about that. But let's actually go ahead and bring Fammy in here. I see he is muted. So, Fammy, I don't know if you can hear me right now.
Yes, I can hear you.
All right, sweet, man. Well, I'm gonna actually bump up your volume a little bit here.
Okay. Can, how do I sound?
I mean, just compared to Zieg, maybe just a little bit softer, but that's okay. I can fix that.
Okay.
I mean, if you do have a mic volume, that would help. But
Let me just turn that up, actually.
cool, cool, no problem. I got you turned up just a little bit here too, so nothing too
All right.
major.
How's that?
Okay, yeah,
How's
I'll
that?
I'll go ahead and turn you down here back to 100% here in the Discord call.
Okay. Okay.
All right. Yeah, that sounds great, man. And I just want to take the time to first say, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy schedule to be here, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing all right. Just got out of work, so I'm chilling.
All right, cool, cool. Well, Fami, we talked a little bit how this interview would really go here. I told you I'd try to get some of these more boring questions out of the way first, but there is one thing I do want to ask you right off the bat here. In your
Uh-huh.
own words, who is Fami to Mammy?
A guy, a guy that trains or trained a lot of Wario amiibo and really just dedicated years into perfecting the craft, I guess.
Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
mean, definitely would agree
Um.
with that. Definitely would agree with that. But as we're going here, I just want to get some of these more typical questions out of the way here. So, um, probably a stupid question, but who is your favorite amiibo to train?
Wario.
Of course.
That's it.
We just got to get that on the record
That's
for
pretty much
everyone.
it. All these other characters stink. They aren't Wario.
So when you train the other characters, you're having a rotten day.
Yes.
All right. Well, Femi, when was it approximately when you snagged your first amiibo?
I think it was like in 2015. with the release of Super Mario Maker. Like, of all things, my first amiibo was actually the 8-bit Mario that they released. And that really just got me hooked when I realized they were compatible with Smash for 3DS as well. And then from there, it just turned into me, like after that, I would get later on get Mr. Game& and Watch and Wario. And those were the two amiibo I really trained pretty much every single day. So, yeah, that's basically how I got into it. But in terms of like competing and actually training optimally, so to speak, it was like about a couple months later after getting my first amiibo, I'd look at the Exion, or what it was called the Amiibo Dojo back then, but
Hmm.
nowadays you'd know it as Exion Vault. But yeah, basically I'd read all their guides and train them to be exactly like how they told me to train them. But then I didn't actually enter any tournaments until the release of Ultimate. Like a year after the release, I joined I joined Exion, and I just went around went around making a big deal about how my Wario amiibo is actually the best Wario amiibo you'll ever see. Like, what are you guys' opinions on the Wario amiibo? What do you guys? Why is Wario so low? I think he's like top tier and stuff like that. Which, in retrospect, is I'm not I'm like just like every other person who initially comes into the scene thinking they have like the best amiibo and then just getting humbled immediately. But
Nah,
yeah, that's basically my upbringing here in competitive amiibo.
yeah,
Yeah.
and everyone loves a good origin story, but I mean, it's funny you bring that up because I know the Amiibo Doctor. I don't know if this was a recent video. I think it was a recent video. He's got something that's just grown across his screen. Hey, you were cringe in the Amiibo scene at 1.2. Please be respectful, or something along those lines. So I totally get where you're
That
coming from.
that's very true. Yeah.
So I know you said then that you didn't really start competing in tournaments till Ultimate came around. So do you happen to remember really your first tournament as well as really the experience that really went with that?
Uh well, first off, it was me trying to figure out how to use Tagmo to even get my bin. But from there, I remember I actually won one set. I actually took one set and lost, and then I lost 1-2. And so I think the first Amiibo tournament I ever entered, I just went 1-2, and no one really thought much of it.
Okay. Well, Fammy, just gonna hit the fast forward button here. So, I mean, it seems then that since that day, you've competed in many different tournaments, tried to train many different amiibo, and I'm also assuming trying some different training methods along the way. But
Mhm.
as far as say, your favorite tournament, I mean, what is a tournament that really stands out for you that you will never forget? I mean, it doesn't have to be a winning
Well,
tournament.
I mean, I think I've actually answered this question several times. I mean, I'm not saying I'm not saying you can't ask me it or anything, but like I think people who know me will already know the answer, and that's Amoebology, hosted by Wumbo. It was the one of the it was I think it's still like one of the not like in terms of like entrance, but like in terms of prize pot, it was one of the biggest tournaments of all time. But like from there, I remember that day. I think I didn't really expect much. I didn't think I would actually win it, but like it was a huge. I went on a massive run that day, and it was probably one of the most memorable, something I'll never forget during my time in this scene.
Okay, and I think I'm fairly familiar with that. I'm not going to say I know every little thing about that tournament, but that
Mhm.
does sound about right. One of the largest prize pots in Amiibo history.
Mhm.
So I'm just gonna cut to the chase. You're really freaking good at Amiibo training, and everyone here pretty much knows that. So how do you really feel when people say you're the best Amiibo trainer, or hey, I don't know any better Amiibo trainers than Fammy? What is your reaction to that?
Uh, I mean, initially, I didn't really like it because then like the thing with being considered like good at anything is that now people are putting like an expectation on you to do good. But then if you don't do good or if you even just do okay, that people start just saying that like oh you fell off or something like that.
Hmm.
But just I don't know. I think like 2 years. I always complained about it. I just didn't want to be seen as like this amazing trainer, but like in recent years, I've just come to accept it. Like I don't really like to brag about it still, but just I've learned to appreciate the title more, I guess, as like something and like it's saying I like to think of it as like if I'm like a milestone for people to beat, I think that means I'm pretty good at what I do. So,
And I would totally agree with that. You are very good at what you do. I know we've actually had a few matches in USAC, and I want to say maybe we bumped into each other on Amiibots once or twice, and yeah, I think you usually beat me.
mhm.
But I know you're very busy here, so we got to get into this real quick. You just started, it looks like, a new server called Heatwave Havoc. Can you go ahead and walk me through pretty much the goal of this server, why you decided to go ahead and make your own server with well, it looks like basically you're more encouraging tournament host to co-host. Is that correct?
Uh, kind of, but like, I mean, the the main idea behind me hosting Heatwave Havoc, it's like it's not necessarily like a co-host, but it's more so like individual host hosting under one big thing that eventually accumulates into one even bigger thing, which is a contrast to just like one guy hosting like a few qualifier tournaments into one big tournament. I'm
Hmm.
just thinking of having something like culminate several different hosts, several different tournaments of varying rule sets, all going into one dedicated leaderboard that at the end of the season, so to speak, there will be a Amiibo prize, which is basically a trophy amiibo that is going to be like gold, silver, and bronze. And then I'm going to have something in there for the hosts as well to compete for, which is to be announced later on. But yeah, I think that should cover what I want to do with Heatwave Havoc. But in the end, I just want to sort of like bring the community together again because honestly speaking, this might be the last thing I really do in the scene before I just like chill, just hang around, occasionally pop in. But like, yeah, that's that's about it.
Okay. Well, I don't know exactly how much time we got left here. I'm trying to doing my best to not keep you too long here. So again, we really appreciate you taking time out of your schedule. But I did want to go ahead and just ask real quick. I'm a little reluctant to ask this, but I mean, is there a particular reason why you decided to just make your own server for this kind of idea instead of bringing it more to the USAC server?
Uh, I just I wanted it to be separate from any sort of like existing entity, to so
Okay.
to speak. I just wanted to have it be like its own thing and stuff like that. I just wanted to be like separated from everything, and so it's also easier to manage and I have more control over it and stuff like that.
Totally understandable. I mean, speak coming from a guy who owns his own server, sometimes control, it's comforting. It's good to know that you are the one handling things, and if anything goes wrong, it's on me. I'm not going to get mad at someone else over at USEC or anything like that. But did want to go ahead and just pick your brain on something here. In fact,
Yeah.
is it true here you are also doing some PvP stuff here? Because I think it said on your profile you were a Little Mac main.
Yeah, I play Little Mac in PvP. I've been going to locals lately and I've actually been doing kind of decent. And I just I'm just trying to improve, get better at the game and then stuff like that, yeah. I also just really like playing Little Mac. I wanted to be a Wario main so bad, but he just didn't fit my playstyle, sadly.
Yeah, and
Yeah.
that's really something that I think a lot of people when they come into Amiibo think, oh hey, I main Luigi, so I'm gonna be the best Luigi Amiibo. No,
Mm,
no, doesn't work that way.
mm, yeah.
Well, I did want to go ahead and ask here because I know it sounds like you're kind of on your last legs here for Amiibo stuff, which, again, we can't thank you enough for the contributions and all the memories you've made here in the Amiibo community, definitely. But if you were to give advice to, say, someone who wants to get more involved in the Amiibo competitive scene and I mean, give him advice besides walk, don't run, only jump for edge guarding or to juggle, the basics we usually get. What would be a tip that you would be able to give that young man or lady?
I guess like I think something that has been a thing during my entire existence in the scene is that if you want to make an impact, take action. It sounds simple, but you would be surprised how many people have actually talked to. They have these ideas for how they want to do things, whether it's like a tournament or a new training method, and then they're like they're kind of hesitant to really do anything about it. And I'm just saying, simply just do things. I know it sounds dumb, but just do things. And just don't give up. I've always said that. I've been at my low points. We've all been at our low points. Don't give up. But yeah, that's all I have to say.
Okay, well, I think that's definitely something to go by, just kind of you got to commit a little bit. I totally get that.
Mhm.
Um, in fact, Zieg has been here pretty quiet the whole time. So, Zieg, do you have a question for Fammy before we start to skedaddle here?
I have a question on my most important thing about, or my favoriteest thing about Amiibo. What is the best Amiibo name you have ever seen?
Oh, that's a good question. I mean, I obviously can't say anything myself, right?
If
Um,
you think it's the best name you've ever seen and it's your idea, that's
I
good.
have God, I have to think about this. Oh, shoot. I'm sorry. I have to. I'm really thinking here.
good.
There's a lot of names out there.
I know. It's a lot. Uh, oh my god. I think I don't know. That's a hard question.
You
I
stumped him,
think
Zieg.
I think like overall I have no clue. But like in terms of my own collection, I think my best name would have to be Cream Man. Like because
That's
it
great.
makes no sense, and it just came to me on an afternoon. Say, what do I train? What do I train my Ike amiibo with? What do I name him? And just in my brain, I just appear with name him Cream Man. but, but yeah, I think that's my answer to that.
Pretty
It
good answer. I'm
it
not gonna
sounds
lie.
like a perfect example of the intrusive thoughts winning.
Exactly.
All right. Well, I know we're going a little over time here, but Fammy, thank you so much again for joining us here today, man. I really hope to see more from you here in the Amiibo community. And in other words, I hope you don't fully retire just yet, because I think there's more still to come from FammyDamammy personally. But we just want to say thank you again, man. And do you have anything you want to promote while you're here, or maybe shout outs before you leave?
Uh, nothing exactly, but I think we've already talked about it, but join Heatwave Havoc, get in on this. It'll be a big thing. Go.
And coming from
Yeah.
Fammy to Mammy, you know that's the truth, the gospel right there. So, Fammy, if you could do me a favor, man, make sure to go ahead and post a link to your server in the Amiibo Fight Discord self promo. We'd really appreciate it. But also, yeah, you do also have a Twitch, don't you?
Yeah, I do, but I don't really stream much. At
Oh,
at some point I did want to go into streaming, and I did do that for like a week, but I just realized it wasn't for me. I
okay,
actually I actually host a local though, or I used to host a local. We're on hiatus right now, but
okay.
that on my Twitch I would just stream. That would be the stream set up for matches, but that's pretty much the extent of my Twitch streaming. But
I
yeah.
got you. All right. Well, Fammy, thank you so much again for dropping by, man.
Mhm.
And we hope to go ahead and see more from Heatwave Havoc. I know I do. In fact, I'm going to try, hopefully, sometime this summer to maybe do a tournament here with somebody, or do
Mhm.
something fun in Heatwave Havoc for sure.
Okay. Cool. Cool.
All right. Well, guys, this was
Thank you.
Fammy to Mammy here. Give him a hand. I know he's probably not going to be able to hear it, but he can feel it in spirit.
I can feel it. I'm already feeling it. All right. But thank you for having me though. This has been fun.
Yeah, not a problem at all, Fammy. Thank you again so much, man, and have a great rest of your day, sir.
All right. Goodbye.
All right. Well, guys, we're going to be wrapping up Amiibo talk here. Zieg, any words of wisdom for those at home who may be watching?
Watch the PvP stream tonight. Six
Ooh.
6:30. So like in an hour. Yeah.
Ooh. I might be there for that one, but we also do have the Raid Boss Arena happening actually in about 2 hours ish. Actually, less than 2 hours ish. But want to just go ahead and say thank you to everybody that joined us here. I also want to make this quick announcement that we are going to be having a VODs channel opening up on YouTube soon. And the first things that we're going to have are these Amiibo talks, just so this way we have all this interview content, restocks on file for you guys whenever you want. But we're just going to skedaddle, no raid here. So see you in about 2 hours.